And I say, yeah, 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 yeah. I say, hey, Christmas is gone. We're back. After a lovely Christmas, I'm assuming everything went so well and didn't get in any fights with my family or...
Exactly. Everyone got along so great, and there was Christmas spirit and joy filling all of our butts.
I was going to say all of our holes. Spoiler. Well, not really spoiler.
Spoiler.
We are recording this a bit before Christmas just because I'm going to be doing some traveling. Jillian's going to be doing some, I don't know what you got going on. You got nothing. You got no work.
I have no friends.
No life.
No life. My family has disowned me. So
you got a fresh start.
I'm going to be peddling crack on the streets.
I can't say I have too much exciting stuff going on. We did have a blast at Disneyland and we're very unhinged.
Well, that whole day was chaotic, and then we found some interesting news out after the fact.
Okay, so yeah, we had a blast, right? And then we go to take the trams back to the parking lot. And they're like, oh, sorry. Yeah, no, the trams are closed for the day. And it was like, what, 11?
Yeah,
20?
it was late at night.
But it wasn't so late that the trams would be closed.
Right.
And so we had to walk, which like, boo fucking who. I wake up to a video on YouTube about a guy who killed himself at Disneyland. And I was like, that's so weird. We were just there. Lo and behold,
surprise.
that guy killed himself the night we were there. He just dove off the Mickey and Friends parking structure. And
yeah,
that's why they had to shut the fucking trams down. What a lovely way to fucking start the podcast, by the way. But
Merry Christmas, someone killed themselves.
Anyway, we had a great time.
We had a great time at the happiest place on earth.
I mean, I wonder if like he was with his family there and just
I don't think so. I think he just went.
Why Disneyland?
Well, because if he jumped off some random bridge or something, it wouldn't have really made the news. I mean, that obviously makes more of a statement than just, throwing yourself in the fucking LA River or whatever.
I guess, but then it's like, really? I'm going to pay $30 to kill myself?
I mean, if you're killing yourself, then who cares, right?
I guess. But again, it's like, it's just the mindset you have at the time of, this is what I need to do. My life is so miserable. I just need to end it. And like, you're not thinking about anyone else.
Well, yeah, effectively he felt like his life was over. So he's like, well,
right.
Time to go.
I mean, like every time I think of killing you, I'm not really thinking about the effect it's going to have on your family and loved ones. So, and that's the only reason I haven't is because I care more about how your family will feel after. Not so much like caring if you live or die.
Yeah, I mean, that's really thoughtful because they would have to like deal with all of my assets and that's just a lot of work.
You have a lot of assets.
Yes.
The mortician would have to like freeze your ass to like get it to fit into like a suit.
He's like
saw some of it off.
He's like, I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Backos. I had to give your daughter a reverse BBL because her butt was too big.
An LBB. That's fucking nuts though. Cause I mean, there are people out there who beautify corpses.
I actually see that on TikTok a lot. There's all these people who are going through like mortician school. It's interesting because obviously when people pass, it's not always in a pristine way, like where their face is still intact or whatever. So they use stuff like this like putty that they fill in like certain things with. And then if, I don't know, let's just say your fucking face was singed off in a fire, they have to like needle point in new eyebrow hairs and eyelashes and shit like that. And then they of course like do your makeup and shit.
At that point, honestly, fucking burn me. I was gonna say burn me alive, but
also
burn me dead.
I just feel like it's kind of gnarly to pump someone full of formaldehyde and then just shove them in the ground.
I don't think I could handle that sort of a job, but who knows? If things get desperate enough, if I have to choose a new career path.
Yeah, I'm like, how good is that salary? Because you think about jobs that are just so obscure that you don't really think of, when you're going to fucking college, what to study for. It's like, I want to be a mortician.
Dude, what the fuck was that show? Was it Mike Judge? It was like Dirty Jobs.
Oh my God.
Is that what that show
Mike
was
Rowe.
called? Mike Rowe. I don't know. I like to picture that there's one where it's just like people who scrape up remains after, accidents.
Oh God.
Because there are people out there who do that.
Yeah, like crime scene cleaner-uppers.
Well, yeah, not even
That's the official title, by the way. Crime scene
crime
cleaner-upper.
I don't think I could be a crime scene cleaner upper either. I remember learning about how they use coke to clean off blood off the road
Ooh.
because it's so acidic
Oh my God.
and corrosive.
Well, yeah, there's that urban legend of like if you stick a dirty penny in Coke or whatever, it'll clean it or some shit
or
like
a
that.
baby's tooth.
Yeah.
Contrarily, if you stick coke on baby's teeth, that baby will get wildly high.
And you know what? Maybe that's okay. No,
One bump won't kill him. Two, however.
there was this other TikTok account that I saw. I might have brought this up before where they cleaned up actual, like, not necessarily crime scenes, but I don't know if an old person passed away in their home and they were left for a little bit.
Oh
And the body effectively like disintegrates,
yeah.
But like there's
And
someone
like a puff of smoke, like
yeah. So, as an example, like, they film themselves going to these homes and they're like, oh yeah, this was like the home of George Williams and he was an old timer and he passed away and then he melted away and fused into his couch and this is what's left of him. And they show like the stains of like the goop that like,
him fusing into his couch and becoming a couch man. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
and that's allowed on TikTok?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I can't show my asshole?
Dude, I get flagged immediately by TikTok's, whatever censorship system for my cleavage.
That to me is just fucked up. You're not even showing that much nip.
Yeah. I'm showing a tasteful amount of nip.
Yeah, like both of them,
Right.
And it's not like you're showing your third one.
I know. And the joke is, like, these people just get to show blood and guts, right? But I can't even show a little bit of my nip nops.
Maybe if you spread blood and guts over your tits, it would override the censorship issues.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't swear and you can't be sexual, but you can get a little gory.
A little bloody. I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Now, imagine having tits so big that just existing gets you censored off of TikTok.
Well, I guess I really can't say that I'm shocked because I was at Target the other day wearing a
oh my God,
long-sleeved workout shirt that had like a compression bra built into it. So like it basically flattened my boobs.
Did you have a bra on under it too?
Yes, I did. Because I don't want the girls flying everywhere when I'm, jumping around in the gym like a jelly bean.
No bra on it in these streets.
So I literally had just texted my friend. I was like, oh, this workout top is so comfortable because I feel like I'm not, going to have a boob fly loose.
You finally felt supported.
Yes, for once in my fucking life. And I was going up the escalator and this guy said something to me that I didn't quite catch at first. Like those things that just take a second to process.
Mm-hmm.
Because he also happened to say it directly towards my ear with hearing loss. But I just smiled at him because I was like, all right, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then it hit me. I was like walking through the aisles at Target and I was suddenly like, ugh! Wait a minute. He said huge tits.
He said huge tits?
Yeah.
He didn't even say nice tits. He didn't compliment him.
Yeah,
he just
no,
made
like,
an
huge
abject
tits. And he like nodded at me and smiled. I was like,
he just made an observational statement about the size of your breasts, nodded and smiled at you.
Yeah.
And you smiled back.
Yeah. Because I didn't know what the fuck he said. So that guy was like, nice. So,
huge tits.
Fuck that guy. I hope he has hemorrhoids for the rest of his life.
He probably already does, dude. That sounds like the kind of guy who would have hemorrhoids.
Imagine all the people that do catcalling and shit. They actually just do that because they have raging hemorrhoids and it forces them to act out.
Huge tits.
Huge tits.
I texted you after, but I was like, you should have said you too. That's fucking nuts. Didn't you say something else like that happened recently or no? Guys, this happens to us as women so much we literally can't keep track.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm sure it has.
You know what I would say to your tits if I saw you in person and like didn't know you? Wongo, Wongo. So we have like a whole list of stuff that happened at Disneyland that we thought was so funny.
Okay. I forget what the original context for that was.
Oh, I don't. So we were looking at dog toys. We were looking at dog toys in California Adventure or whatever. And Jillian was like, oh, look at this. Like, it was like a braided rope toy that stretches when you pull it. And I didn't have like a good verbal response for it. So my response was just, so she's like pulling at this toy thing. She's like, look at this toy. I was like, Wongo, Wongo. Don't ask what it means. Don't ask why I said it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that was just like the catchphrase of the night.
It almost sounds like Simlish a little bit.
Yeah.
So
When
now
they're about to fuck. What's the word for when Sims have sex? Isn't it like boink or something?
Oh, God,
like,
dude.
Don't they have like a word for it.
I didn't play Sims enough to know.
I have a friend who's obsessed. I'll have to ask her.
What I want to
the fuck
know
it
is
was.
why there's no boinking going on in Animal Crossing. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Especially with Tom Nook, you know what I'm saying?
I bet that nose could do some damage. Those little nubby hands. That'll be $2,000. You have to pay him to have sex with him.
He's
He
a
adds
reverse,
it to your mortgage.
reverse prostitute.
So it was a bizarre day. It was fucking packed, which sucked. And Jillian we paid an extra $40 a person for the Genie Pass.
Oh, yeah. It's just,
Not worth it almost.
it's not worth it. And it's also kind of insulting considering how you're already paying so much for the ticket.
Yeah.
And the fast passes used to be fucking free and
Yeah.
included. The one benefit is, okay, so this is a benefit and a detriment in our case.
Well, you
because-
get unlimited handies from the characters.
Yeah. And that's nice and everything, but like sometimes they don't let you choose who it is.
Yeah, and sometimes like, you think it's going to be a clean, simple process, and then you end up with like a wad of felt in your underwear, and it's just
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten enough UTIs from that where I'm kind of good.
that's definitely one of the letdowns of the pass, I think.
Yeah. You know, I was so excited because the Genie Pass includes the photo pass or whatever, so you can save all of the photos from the rides for free. And Lauren and I carefully planned and concocted this wonderful photo that we were going to take on our last ride of the evening. We were so excited. And even in the ride, I was like, okay, now. And we take this photo of like Lauren pretending to choke me. So,
Oh, we were pretending?
yeah, it was like were you not? Is that, oh my God, dude, you left like bruise marks on my neck.
Oh, fuck.
I thought you just got like
I
excited.
thought you told me
were-
to actually choke you.
Well, long story short, they fucking photoshopped us out of the final because I saved the image and they zoomed in on the two people ahead of us and they cut us the fuck out.
It is quite tragic because I, for the last minute of the ride, intermittently went from strangling Jillian to not to strangling Jillian to not, so much so that it made me hyperventilate and cry laughing for the 5 minutes after we got off the ride. Because like for a minute straight, I was like, we have a minute left on the ride. And she's like, okay, do it now. And I'm like choking her. And then I'm realizing like it's way too early. And I take a break and she's like, no, now. And then I go choke her again. It's too fucking early. And then I go choke her a third time.
We're in the very back of the fucking train. So like we're getting like whipped around. I'm like, no.
I'm trying to perfectly time my strangulation of my cousin. Needless to say, I think you took a screenshot, but it
I
worked out
did.
okay. We got the picture.
We did. It's just not the high quality version that I wanted. You know, I'm so tired of this fucking censorship.
It's sick.
These Disney snowflakes. It's just so ridiculous. Can't even fucking have free speech in Disneyland.
No, you can't flash a hole.
You can't show a nip.
Like if I want to jump off California Screaming in the middle of the upside down loop, I should have the right.
I should have the right to jump from Paradise Pier and skewer myself with King Trident's scepter if I so please. I'm paying.
I should have the right to drown in the lagoon. You know?
If I want the fucking Mickey character to choke me out, that's what I'm paying for.
If I want Ursula to tentacle me so hard that I lose 95% of my blood, then so be it. That made me think of, some of the things we saw at the park that were a little bit disturbing. And we were walking to try and go on It's a Small World. And we walked past the Matterhorn, and there's a popcorn cart where they had like a little Yeti churning the popcorn. And for whatever reason, I think I was already speaking in a British accent, and we walked past the cart.
I wanted popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were kind of standing like 5 feet away, and there's like a few cast members behind the register.
Yeah. And I noticed the Yeti churning the popcorn, and I was like, oh, now that is just wrong.
And then I said something like, that's his punishment.
Yeah, you did. And I thought they looked at you and laughed, but I don't even think they heard anything we said.
I don't think they were laughing. I think we were probably out of earshot, so we're just like, and they just like are hearing us and they're like, what the fuck? Like, are you gonna fucking buy popcorn or what? I want to go home.
It was sick. They had a little mini Yeti trapped in a glass box.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to free the Yeti, the popcorn Yeti.
I want him as a pet. I want him to clean my apartment when I'm not here.
You're like, I freed you, little Yeti. You're coming home with me. He's like, yeah. And you take him home. And then you like show him inside. You're like, this is your new home now. And you're like, you have like a little bed for him. And then he looks over in your kitchen and there's a little popcorn machine. And you're like, now get to work. He's like,
I imagine the opposite, where you nestle him into bed, you make him a little bed out of a shoebox or something with little pillows and stuff, and then you go to bed and you wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of like a pop pop pop, like popcorn popping, and you look in the kitchen and he's like hard at work popping the popcorn. You're like, no, Yeti, no,
you don't have to do that anymore.
It's all I know. That's fucked up.
And then he kills himself on the Mickey and Friends fucking structure.
No. He wake up and he drown himself in your toilet. He's just floating lifeless.
There's a note on the fridge and crudely drawn. Wongo, I'm sorry.
This is so fucked up. I feel like I have to disclaim that suicide isn't funny.
It's not. But
a little Yeti drowning himself, please.
Over the fact that he has no valuable skills outside of making popcorn.
You walk past the movie theater and he like presses his face against the glass. It's just been like an accumulation of realizing he has no worth outside of his role at the park.
And then he voluntarily comes back and like Walt Disney's like, I knew you'd be back.
Now get in your box.
He's like, Wongo.
Oh my God. One of the other things I think we were joking about at the park was there were certain times throughout the day where like, oh my God, I remember I gaslit you so hard about something.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God, my head hurts from these fucking headphones and laughing so hard. We were waiting in line for whatever Thunder Mountain Railroad or whatever the fuck it's called. And I was telling Jillian, I was like, oh, that reminds me of the Nightmare Before Christmas theme. Like, the theme song. Like, they had Danny Elfman do most of the soundtrack, but like there was the original guy that they just kept the theme song from, the original composer. And she's like, what song are you talking about? I was like, yeah, the theme song. It's the nightmare before Christmas.
It's the nightmare before Christmas.
And you're like, I never heard that. Like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
also you had the upper hand because I've never seen the movie.
Oh my God, you're sick.
I know. So I genuinely was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, it's a shitty song. No wonder why it's not the popular one. Cause like obviously everyone knows like, what's this? What's this?
Sure.
You know?
And this is Halloween and whatnot. But I was like, yeah, it's the theme song for the Nightmare Before Christmas. And you're like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm completely serious. Here, I'll look it up. And I Googled it. I'm like, you still believe me? And then at some point, I think I admitted that I was just fucking with you. But if I hadn't, I honestly think you would, to this day, still believe that the theme song is "It's the Nightmare Before Christmas." It's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's like, no, it's like, I'm just like, oh, all right, whatever. That's kind of weird. We just like go on with our day. And then like 10 years later, I wake up in a cold sweat like, she was lying.
No, you go to a screening at the El Capitan for Halloween. And like the song doesn't appear anywhere in the movie, and you're like waiting with bated breath, like for the song to appear. And then at the end, you get up and you throw your popcorn. You're like, she fucking lied.
And then the little Yeti in the corner is like, no, my heart's work.
A full fucking circle, dude. That was beautiful. It just reminded me of the whole bit we had. To where that was one of the things, and then we went and got Salt and Straw, which was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it was so good.
They had a vegan flavor. It was like the great Christmas cookie swap, and it was just like an almondy kind of flavor ice cream with a bunch of different Christmas cookies mixed in. Amazing. So we're sitting out there talking about whatever, and this song comes on, this Christmas song.
Oh, it was a mix of it was a Christmas song.
Yeah.
That I recognized as the song they play in It's a Small World during Christmas time.
Yeah.
And
I was like, that isn't what that is.
Well, yeah, I was like, oh, they play this in It's a Small World. And you were like, no, they don't.
But I was seriously like, no, they don't. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is Joy to the World.
Yeah. And then I was like, yes, they do. They do. Stop.
And just the thought of being so upset about something that you throw up.
Stop! This isn't It's a Small World. It's in the ride. I'm not lying. Just being driven to the point of tears and violently throwing up. And you're just like, nope, it's not. And I'm like, oh, no, it is.
Surrounded by like families with their kids. It's just like pulling them away. Covering their eyes.
Two grown-ass people.
Fuck me, dude. I don't know. Of all the fake facts that we made about Disneyland, I think maybe my most favorite one is that when we were in Guardians of the Galaxy waiting for the fucking ride to finally start, there was a British lady who does like the voiceover for scanning your hands and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, she sounds really familiar. And then somehow we got to the point where we realized that they likely just took Queen Elizabeth's consciousness and transplanted it into the Guardians of the Galaxy
Her
ride.
essence.
Charles,
Where am I, Charles?
where are my dogs?
They're in here with you.
They're in the walls. They have them like running the ride on little hamster wheels.
Did I talk about how I gaslit my mom into saying that they were gonna bury her corgis with her?
Yes, we had a whole thing about that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'd believe it.
Well, they did, so.
Well, yeah, I believe it because it happened.
Right.
Every time I go there now and I hear that fucking British lady's voice telling us to raise our hands, I'm just going to picture Queen Elizabeth, her consciousness trapped in the walls.
That's what she gets for being a cousin fucker.
Second cousin fucker.
Well,
Hold on. Can we just have this hypothetical?
if we had kids together.
But like in a non-incestual, non-weird way. Like in a totally scientific, like for science way. We take the sperm I make out of my bone marrow and we take an egg from your egg sac. and we put it into a petri dish, could we create a child together?
Hypothetically
And how much money
speaking,
could we make from it?
yes, and a lot.
No, just yes.
Yes.
That's
We're putting that little freak in a popcorn machine.
for our house though, not for Disneyland. We're not gonna let him get employed anywhere.
We raised him to be anti-capitalist, except when it comes to making popcorn in this house. You make popcorn for us.
We don't believe in GDP. We believe in gross domestic popcorn. It's just a room filled with like progressively getting colder popcorn. Mommies, can I stop now?
No, you keep turning.
You stop when we run out of kernels. As you dump more kernels in. A little freak child.
That's all you're good for.
I do wonder, like, on a slightly more serious note, if you were a lesbian couple and technically women can create sperm out of their bone marrow, could you create a child between the two of you?
I'm pretty sure people have done that.
Jill, I feel like this isn't something we could just say out loud.
I don't know. I mean,
okay.
if it's possible, then why not?
I don't know if it's possible. I'm just making shit up.
No, it is.
Oh, is that how you were born?
Yes.
Your mom had a secret affair with another woman?
Yes.
And they went through the painstaking process of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to create you behind your dad's back.
And they regret it.
And they put you inside your mom's womb. So it looked like it was your dad's daughter. And your mom murdered her lover so she could take you. That would be fucking nuts. I mean, I'm sure that the technology has gotten like to the point where you can do pretty crazy stuff.
Well, science is like so horrifically advanced. Like I saw this thing about how they took this guy's sperm and they put it into like a turkey egg. And
no, you're lying.
I'm not lying. There was a fucking little creature that like started growing.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. It was fucking disgusting.
Jillian, you're telling me that a man...
What is it called? Like a chimera or whatever the fuck? You know what I'm talking about? I'm not kidding.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Dude.
A man impregnated a turkey?
Like they like put his like sperm into the egg.
I'm gonna be sick. Whoever did this is fucking demonic.
I know, like that's breaking a fuck ton of laws.
Dude, so what you're saying is a man's sperm went into a turkey egg and a turkey man started growing?
It was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like
there's only one way to describe it.
It was like a little chick embryo with like weird facial features.
Jillian.
Do you want to see?
I mean, yeah. Did you make up this whole thing just to show me a sticker of a frog's ass?
Yeah.
What?
I fucking got you, bitch.
Oh my god.
That's for the Nightmare Before Christmas theme song.
No, it's real. There's a turkey man.
Nope. You're wrong. Nope.
There's a turkey man. Jillian, I fully believe that there's a turkey man out there. You can't tell me otherwise. Look up turkey man. It's real. If they did surgery on a grape, they can make a turkey man.
The possibilities are endless. Here he is.
Dude, I was about to be like, oh. Let's put that on our
Doesn't
Instagram.
that break like all of the fucking ethics and shit
and morals of the world? Yeah.
I mean, it's illegal to have sex with and procreate with animals.
Well, is it illegal to procreate with them if you didn't have sex with them?
Well, it's illegal if you get caught.
I'm saying if you put any embryo from any species combined with an embryo, stop. Oh my God. Someone took the liberty of drawing an anatomically correct man with a turkey's head and feathery ass.
He's kind of shredded, actually.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. So, but these experiments, unfortunately, I'm sure have been done.
They don't work. I mean, there's no way. It's just...
Well, they just haven't tried hard enough. They haven't tried my eggs.
My DNA is superior.
Well, I'm already part dog, see? I smell like one and I look like one.
I thought you were part horse.
I'm part whore. You misheard.
No, I mean,
they've definitely already tried to do some fucked up shit.
probably. Well, I guess the successes have been shit like ligers and and zebra donkeys or whatever.
But I wouldn't call those successes because they're horribly like genetically
Oh,
fucked.
that's what I'm. But yeah, the
I mean, I
closest
guess
thing we can call to a success.
But they're both kind of the same type of animal.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It's sick. I fucking hate humans.
It's horrible.
It reminds me of that one South Park episode where I think Stan realizes like he doesn't want to eat meat anymore. And so he joins PETA and they have this camp and like where they live in peace and harmony with the animals, but it's very clearly like there's some sexual undertones to it.
Yeah.
And at some point the camp gets raided and there's an ostrich human baby that's like, please kill me. Kill me. And I just feel like that's what would happen if that was attempted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I picture the man turkey's baby to look.
Yeah.
Murky.
Let's find out.
I've been really trying to make a turkey baby.
She gobble on my dick like Thanksgiving.
Stop. You're sick. You're a sick fuck, Charlie Brown.
I've got the police already. They're on their way.
I am the police. I rip off my shirt. And I just have a sheriff pin to
In
my
your skin. My God, how long have you been keeping that from me?
Oh, I was born this way.
You know what?
I was born with a safety pin stapled into my chest.
They actually do have successful human and animal procreations. It's when a cop has a baby.
It's just a little baby cop.
That's right, I can see that.
Sponsored by the LAPD. No, we hope you guys had a lovely Christmas holiday. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. Thank you for your patience with our little holiday hiatus and whatnot, and for sticking around. And we will see y'all in the new year.
Woo!
Woo! Happy New Year, y'all, and
Don't buy unethically popcorn.
unless it's from your deformed child, well,
Your turkey child.
that might also be unethical. To be determined. We're going to go have our turkey child pop us up a big batch of popcorn. And
We'll tell you how it tastes.
see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.